Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror and thought, wow, I thought things would be different by now. I thought my life would be different by now. I thought I'd have more than I actually have. Well, if you have, then you're definitely not alone. And for those of you who don't know, my name is Brian Moncada. I'm the founder of adspend.com, the most sought after advertising agency in the entire info marketing industry. And for years, I would think the same thing. And I still do think the same thing sometimes. And that's exactly why I wanted to make this video public, because in the next short 45-minute presentation, you will see every tactic, every tool, every strategy, and every habit and routine I've adopted into my life to help me get closer and closer to my goals and dreams that has worked combined when I've chosen to work on them myself. Now, the reason why this is such an important video is because everybody out there wants the secret to success, including myself. And the reality is there is no one secret. It's actually a number of secrets. And that's exactly why I put together this short 45-minute presentation to give you every tactic, tool, strategy, habit, and routine that has helped me, that I've learned from countless other mentors on my journey and my life up until this point right now, that has allowed me to live the life that I once dreamed of. Today, I sometimes don't even realize that I'm here right now, when 5 years ago I was dreaming of the problems I had today. And so I can only imagine what the next 5 to 10 years will be like as well when I follow these same principles you're about to learn. And so I hope that this video helps you, because what you're about to learn is what we call the admin mindset. Enjoy. Hey, this is Brian with adspend.com, and welcome to the mindset module inside of the Admin Mastermind. In this video, I'm going to be going over the keys to success and how to make sure that you actually get the results that you want with anything in life. Not just with your business, with your agency, with your clients, but with who you want to become. And this is one of my favorite videos to make, because this is everything that I personally obsess on myself. And ultimately, this is that 20% that will drive the 80% of your results. This is the stuff that most people that aren't admin overlook. They want the tactics, they want the strategies, they want, the skills. But in order to become the person who's making 7 figures a year, in order to become the person who is truly valuable to the marketplace, you have to become that person first. You have to start acting in a certain way. And most people overlook this. They want that hack, that secret, that shortcut. And in this video, my goal is to share with you the last, basically, I don't even know how many years of my life dissected down into one page that can give you that 20% that will lead to exponential results for the rest of your life. So I'm going to give you the shortcut essentially right here with the mindset, because that's what it's about, right? So the first thing is upgrading your identity, okay? What got you here to the current income you're at, to your current situation in life, with your current relationship you're in, won't get you where you want it to go, right? The person you are now will not get you to where you want to go. So for things to change in your life, in your business, in your relationships, with your family, with your friends, with your clients, you have to change, okay? You have to change. For things to change, you have to change. Jim Rohn 101. Jim Rohn's the GOAT, man. Look up Jim Rohn. Listen to Jim Rohn if you haven't heard of him. He's going to change your mindset. What got you here won't get you there. For things to change, you have to change. Your income rarely exceeds your level of personal development. So if you're at 5K, 10K, 15K a month right now, 20K a month, 30K a month, unless you're getting better, you're personally developing, you're growing internally, you're never going to make more money. Your income rarely exceeds your level of personal development. Sometimes we get lucky, but it takes a person of character and discipline to be successful for a long time. Sometimes we get lucky in life, right? We get a little gimme, we get a little handout, but it takes a person of character and discipline to be successful for a long time. A person of character, a person of discipline. Again, your income rarely exceeds your level of personal development. So what I want you to focus on from now on is the actions, not the results. And I learned this from Brandon Carter the other week at a mastermind that I was attending. He said that one thing that helped him and his team tremendously, especially in the sales department, was focusing on the daily actions, the disciplines, falling in love with the process, not focusing on the results. Because if you focus on the results, let's say you don't close a deal, let's say you lose a client, let's say you don't hit a certain revenue goal by a certain time frame, the result that you're looking for, you're going to get down, you're going to get depressed, you're going to feel defeated. But the reality is you're doing everything right to get that result. So you should fall in love with the actions and the disciplines to get to where you want to go, but not focus on the results, because the results are going to come regardless if you focus on the actions. What you get is a direct result of what you give. The inputs you're putting into yourself, into your business, are going to result in a certain outcome. So focus on the actions, not the results. Are you doing what it takes every single day to get to where you want to go? Right? Don't focus on where you're at now and where you want to be. Obviously, you want to have that in mind, but focus on what it's going to take every single day to get you there. And then lastly, on upgrading your identity, because again, you have to upgrade your identity here. This is upgrading yourself, right? Improving your software, rewiring your brain, right? Upgrading your software. Create your ideal character. Become the person you've always wanted to be today. I can tell you firsthand, when I first watched the TV show Mad Men, when I was in college at Arizona State University, and I saw Don Draper walk into his office mid-lunch break, and then immediately change out his white button-down collar shirt, open his desk drawers inside his office in Manhattan in New York City at an advertising firm, open his dresser drawers in his desk, right? And there was a stack of about 5 neatly pressed white collared shirts ready for him to change into at a moment's notice. And he just started changing out into a new pressed collared shirt right then and there on his lunch break. And I was like, I want to be that guy doing that thing, feeling that way. Immediately, I had the vision right there. That's who I want to become. I want to become Don Draper. I want to become the modern day Don Draper. I want to become an ad man. And that's the ideal character that I am today. I created this character through blood, sweat, and tears, through time, through iteration. And now, right, people call me the modern day Don Draper. Or maybe I just call myself that. But that's what I imagine people thinking, because our branding, it encompasses it, right? That's who I wanted to become. That's the character I wanted to be. So become the person you've always wanted to be today, right now. Start acting like that person. Start dressing like that person. Start talking like that person. Start doing the things that person would do. Now, of course, Don Draper's not all, sunshine and rainbows here. He was cheating on his wife. He was freaking alcoholic, right? I'm the modern day Don Draper. But that's my character, right? That's who I've always envisioned to become. That's who I always wanted to be, right? That sort of alpha male, if that makes sense. And maybe there's someone that you look up to that inspires you, or maybe you have a vision of your future self that you want to become and look like one day. Start becoming that person right now. Create that character. Create your character, right? Create your character. You are the master puppeteer of your life, right? And you can choose how to act. It's all a show. So start performing. Create your ideal character. Become the person you've always wanted to be today. Make a decision. Laser-like focus. The first step to achieving anything in life is to have a crystal clear goal of what you want. The first step to achieving anything in life is to have a crystal clear goal of what you want. So, how much money do you want to make? How much money do you want to make? Is it $20,000? Is it $30,000? Is it $100,000 a month? How much money do you want to make? And by when? When do you want to have that money? When do you want to be making that money? Set a date and be specific. Okay? Confusion is a lack of clarity. Okay, confusion is a direct result of lack of clarity. You're not clear on what you're doing or where you're going. So you're confused. You're not sure if you should do this. You're not sure if you should look over here. You're not sure if this mastermind's working or not. You're not sure if you're learning what you need. You're always confusing yourself because you're not sure on what you want to do. But when you commit to a goal and you're very clear on that goal, everything starts working in your favor. Everything starts working in your favor. Just like in the last video about the offer, about narrowing your niche, when you're very crystal clear on who your ideal avatar is, they start magically appearing in your life. You can start noticing them and where they're at, and you start getting ideas and inspiration and creative, and then things start working. That's the same with the goal. Your laser-like focus on that goal, okay? So you got to understand what you want first. How much money do you want to make? Set a goal right now. Do you want to make $100,000 a month? By when? A year from now? Put it on paper right now. And when you do, watch this video. When you get clear on what you want to do, get clear on what you want to do and then watch this video. In this video, Sam Ovens taught us inside the Quantum Mastermind how to surround your subconscious mind every single day with that goal. Sticky notes. Sticky notes at my desk, sticky notes on my phone. I put my iPhone background with the goal. I have my laptop background with my goal. I have sticky notes on my bathroom mirror, in my car, in my front door, on my fridge. Everywhere I go, that goal is just right there, what my goal is. So I'm just constantly programming my subconscious mind with that goal. Laser-like focus. Everywhere I go, my goal's there. So I'm always thinking about that goal. The more you think about it, the more you get it, right? What you think about is what you get. So the more you're thinking about your goal, who you want to become, your future self, your future goals, it's inevitable that you become that person. It's inevitable that you achieve that goal. Everything I've had in life, just like you probably sitting here watching this video right now, think about it. You used to dream about where you're at today. You used to think about, if only I could be doing that, and now you're doing it. Because you had a goal, you had a vision, right? Because you kept thinking about it, and you kept taking actions to it, right? The thoughts create the emotion creates the action, and the action creates the results, but it all starts with your thoughts. So the more you're thinking about the goal, the more emotion you'll feel about, oh man, it's exciting. And the more emotion you have that's exciting, the more actions you'll take, the easier it'll be to take the actions because you're excited about the goal, because you want the goal. And the actions is ultimately what leads to the results. Okay? So, put your goal everywhere. Watch this video to learn how with sticky notes. And then, it's one thing to have a goal, right? For the longest time, I wanted to make $100,000 a year. When I was doing door-to-door sales, selling solar in Yorba Linda, California, I was only dreaming about making $100,000 a year. I wanted to make $100,000 a year because I thought that if I made $100,000 a year, I would be rich. I'd be rich. But I didn't know why I wanted to make $100,000 a year. And it wasn't until I read the book Millionaire Success Habits by Dean Graziosi, before I actually started working with him, where the 7 Levels Deep exercise in that book changed my life forever, because it gave me and identified my true purpose in life. Why I wanted to make $100,000 a year, why I wanted to be successful, why I always felt like I had a vision for my life and a bigger future, right? It gave me my true purpose. It helped me get clear on my true purpose and determine my true why. And that's what's going to help fuel you every single day to get to your goal. Understanding your true purpose and determining your true why, having a big why for what you want to achieve. Why do you want that goal? Why do you want to make $100,000 a month? Why do you want to scale to $100,000 a month? Why do you want to scale to 7 figures? Right? It's one thing to have a goal, but it's another to have a why, a big why attached to it. And so I would encourage you to watch this video right here, because this will allow you to see why you want to achieve that goal. In that video, Dean explains how when you have a goal, so for example, for me, it was I want to make $100,000 a year. You have a friend, or you do it yourself in your journal, and you ask yourself, why do you want to make $100,000 a year? And then, you start revealing and pulling back the layers of that goal. And by about the third why left, it's no longer your head, it's your heart. It's the true reason why you want to have that goal. And so I was like, I want to make $100,000 a year because nobody in my family's made that $100,000 a year, and I feel like that would give me a lot of freedom. Okay, so you said you want to make $100,000 a year because you wanted to have, you want to be able to make a lot of money and have freedom. Why is freedom important to you? Because freedom's important to me because I feel like I want to have the ability to do what I want when I want and have what I want. I don't want to be, strapped for cash. And then he's like, well, why do you want to do that? So you keep going down this, and eventually at the 7th why, I started bawling my eyes out. I was crying because I realized my why, my true purpose in life is to become the leader, to be the leader I felt like I never had growing up. To be the leader I felt like I never had growing up. You see how powerful that is? To be the leader I felt like I never had growing up. That's the reason I wanted to make a lot of money. $100,000 a year at that time, right? This was a few years ago when I did the exercise, but it changed everything for me. Because now I realize my true purpose in life is to be the leader I felt like I never had growing up. Not to say that I didn't have my parents who did an amazing job raising me, and they did their best, but I still felt like I wanted more. I was destined for more, and I wanted to help others not feel like that growing up themselves. And so now, everything I do, right now especially, I'm showing up. I'm being the leader I felt like I never had growing up. I'm teaching you how to become better, how to upgrade your identity, upgrade your software, how to get crystal clear on what you want and how to achieve it. Because I wish somebody taught me this back when I was that 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old, 18-year-old kid who was just desperate looking for a mentor, for someone to help guide and teach him. And that's who I want to be. That's who I am. That's who I am embodying every single day. And that's what I'm thinking about when I think about my why. Why do I want to scale to 8 figures as an agency and as an education company? Because I want to be the leader I feel like I never had growing up. Not just in my business, but to my team. Not just to my team, but to my family. Not just to my family, but to my friends. You see how it's bigger than the goal now, right? This is what you need to attach to the goal to make sure that every day when you wake up, you're motivated more than just the money, because you have a bigger vision for your life. You have a true purpose, a true understanding of what that why is. And so watch that video and do the 7 levels deep exercise. And once you've done those two things, another tool that I learned from Traffic and Funnels, and you'll see a few references of them because they did help me a lot in my life when I first started my agency, is the morning formula. So they taught me the process of a morning formula, which is basically a Google document of your vision of your life. All right. So on this Google document, you can make a copy of this. You can make a copy right here. I have my ideal vision of my life. So every morning, which is why it's the morning formula, I prime myself for success. I remind myself of my true purpose, just like I explained right now, by reading my morning formula. And so I have a description of who I am and what I'm doing. Brian Moncada is one of the most respected digital marketers in the entire industry. His company, adspin.com, has worked with the world's top experts, authors, coaches, and speakers, and is one of the most sought-after digital advertising agencies in the entire info marketing industry. At 30 years old, Brian is a multimillionaire. His company generates $3.96 million per year with 50% profit margin, and he takes home $100,000 a month. Brian has over 100,000 YouTube subscribers and helps people all around the world by sharing the lessons he's learning along the way. His YouTube channel is seen by millions of people every month, and it has allowed him to be recognized internationally and speak on stages across the world. And so I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but you can see I have a very clear picture of my ideal life, what I want to achieve. You need to do the same, right? What do you want to be? Who do you want to be? What do you want to do? Where do you want to live, right? What do you want to have? Get it all on paper. And then down here, I have my vision board, if you will, of pictures that inspire me and what I want to become. So, for example, I have a picture of Nadi Aguilar. He's the founder of Functional Patterns. It's a training program that's very specific to training functionally, and he looks like someone I want to look like. I want to have a body like him right now. So I have a picture of him, and that's motivating me every single morning to say, okay, I got to eat my foods, right? I got to track my calories. I got to drink enough water. I got to work out 3 times a week so I can have this body. Then I have a picture of Paul Chek here, who's 60 plus years old, and he looks freaking phenomenal at 60 plus. And I have a picture of him to see, okay, because I'm taking the actions now today, that's what I will look like in the future when I'm 60, because I want to embody how he's doing it. Being able to look this good at 60 plus, still be as youthful as he is, as I met him personally, actually, he's really sick. That's who I want to become when I'm 60, right? So I have pictures of them. I have a picture of my future library with my future chair right here. And me, I visualize myself reading my books and drinking my matcha tea in the morning and just opening my laptop and reading my morning formula on this chair. I can visualize, I can feel it. I can smell the wood coming from the chair. I can smell the leather on the couch, right, on the chair. I can feel it, I can visualize it. Then I have a picture of my grandparents. They were married for over 60 years, raised an amazing family, and I have a picture of me and my wife here to aspire to be like that, to have an amazing marriage. I have a picture of Leonardo DiCaprio from Great Gatsby doing the cheers. I've always visualized us doing that at adspin.com with the Admin Mastermind, with our own events, inviting everybody who's a part of our community to a big New Year's Eve celebration, a banger, a Great Gatsby style banger, and cheersing to everybody in the audience. And that'll eventually happen. But I visualize it, I see it, and it's just coming closer and closer and closer. And then I have a lot of other stuff here. So create your vision map, right? Create your vision map. I have pictures of houses that we've toured here in Miami, how I want to see my backyard, right? Where our pool, the Buddha, a sauna, cold plunge, our bulldog, chickens, cows. I want to have my own farm. And so, just pictures that inspire me and keep me motivated and realize why I'm doing what I'm doing and my future vision of my life. Me speaking math here about our company, eventually what we're going to be doing, 3.96 million, the profit margins, what that looks like with the team, what the profit share allocated to the team. You can see it's all right here. So it's very specific, right? It's very specific. Then I have my purpose, mission, and values for our company. So for example, our adspin.com purpose, our mission, and our values. We believe everyone has the power to become who they want, do what they want, and have what they want. Unfortunately, not many entrepreneurs know how to create ads that sell, which ultimately prevents people from buying what might be life-changing information. As a result, many people today are suffering, completely unaware of how to control their destiny. Completely unaware of how to control their destiny. this type of information. They don't have access to it. So it's our job, it's our mission to educate the world through advertising. That's our adspend.com mission. Educate the world through advertising. And we have our values here as a company. Extreme ownership. We always take full responsibility for everything that happens to us. We never criticize, condemn, or complain. We either win or we learn. And I have a quote from Jim Rohn: don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills. Don't wish for less challenge, wish for more wisdom. So whenever we have, we're showing up and I'm reading this morning formula, I'm asking myself and I'm reminding myself of our values, right? Extreme ownership, taking full responsibility. Red carpet customer experience, radical transparency, and ready, fire, aim. I would encourage you to have some values like this, right? Have some values, principles that you live by, which goes into the rules section next, which is unbreakable rules to myself. When I wake up, why I wake up that way, how I spend my first 3 hours of the day. I work out 3 times a week in the gym, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. I train MMA 3 times a week so I can defend myself and my family. I eat raw, whole, organic foods and supplements that program my body for health and longevity. I drink a gallon of water per day. I walk 10,000 steps. I plan my life, my days, my weeks, and my months. I schedule everything on my war map before I go to bed, so I know exactly what I need to do when I wake up. And then every week I reflect and review. I practice Spanish every single day. These are unbreakable rules to myself that will allow me to get to where I want to go. Then I have principles here. These are quotes that I've gathered over the years that I really like. Quotes that I just read every single morning to remind myself of my thoughts create my reality, right? And showing up and getting myself primed for the day. And then last but not least, I have a list of hate. I actually learned this from Brandon Carter as well. Most people have like all this stuff right here, but they don't have a list of hate. This is the thing that fuels me and fuels you. Most people don't have this, but I learned this again from Brandon Carter, and he said that he has a list of hate. People that have hated on him, people that have doubted him, people that would people that would love to watch him fail. He lists them out right here, and I don't have any names on here, but I have certain individuals in my life that I remember certain events or situations or things that were said or things that were done that I list out here that I read every single morning to fuel me, to make me smile, to make me think back to that time in that life when they either hurt me, I was hurt, I was upset, I was wronged, I got screwed, I got hated on, they doubted me. And I read that every single morning because it fuels me. Because then I think about, man, I got to show up today. I got to go hard today. I got to promote myself selfishly today. I got to go help people today. I got to go do everything I can today, because otherwise they're going to get pleasure out of seeing me fail. They're going to get pleasure out of seeing me not show up. I'm going to show up today for them. List of hate. List out people who've hated on you, who've doubted you, who've wanted you to fail. Specific memories you have of them that made you feel bad, and use it to fuel you. Use it for good. Use the list of hate to fuel you, to succeed, to help people, to win at life. And that's the morning formula. Keep in mind though, I keep reading this every single day and I keep revising and editing it. So you're going to be revising and editing it. Read, revise it, and sharpen it every single day. Get clear and clear and clear. And again, this won't happen overnight. Start working at it every single day. For now, start using it, start writing it, start working on it. And in a year from now, right, you'll have an amazing morning formula. It'll be crystal clear. And last but not least, to help you develop laser-like focus, again, this is all about laser-like focus. Getting very clear on who and what you want to do, okay? Who you are and what you want to do, what your goal is. Crystal clear, laser-like focus. Listen to The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale every single day. When I was wanting to make $100,000 a year, I listened to this audio every single day. It's 31 minutes. This was something that I listened to every single day in my car, on my AirPods, on my phone. You know, I would just listen to this every single, not my AirPods, on my iPhone. I don't wear AirPods. Wired headphones for the win. I listen to this every single day. And I guarantee you, when you listen to this once, if you haven't listened to this before, you'll realize why you listen to this every single day. It'll program your mind to think about your goal. Subconscious programming, it works. Program your mind with the right inputs. Put the right information into your head. Listen to the right audiobooks. This is one that I guarantee you will change your life if you listen to this every single day. So now, we've talked about upgrading your identity. For things to change, you have to change, right? It's all personal development. Focus on the actions, not the results. Create your ideal character. Develop laser-like focus by getting clear on your goal, putting it everywhere. Using the 7 levels deep exercise to get clear on your big why, your true purpose, so you can have the why with your goal. So you wake up every single day and you read your morning formula and you're just getting excited. You read your list of hate, you're getting fuel to show up. And then you listen to The Stranger Secret every single day so you have laser-like focus on your goal. It's impossible that you don't achieve it, by the way. You do this right here alone, impossible you don't achieve it. Literally impossible. Everything I have in my life right now, I had a goal. And I did everything that I'm teaching you right now, and I've accomplished it. My only problem, I wasn't thinking big enough. I wasn't thinking big enough. So, a lesson in there. Habits and routines. Okay? Because again, it's one thing to think about it. It's one thing to like do all this like personal development stuff, right? But what's going to actually lead to the result? Again, thoughts create the emotion, which is what we're talking about right here. Thoughts create the emotion, but then it's the emotions that lead to the actions. The actions is what gets the results. So here's a few list of habits and routines that will help you not just improve your personal identity, right? But also your professionally as well. So get at least 20 minutes of sunlight every morning upon waking up. At least 20 minutes of sunlight upon waking up every single morning. Sunlight is so important. Circadian rhythm, you can look it up, but sunlight, getting vitamin D. There's something good that feels being especially me living in Miami, Florida. Sunlight, just getting sunlight is so important. Like there's a lot of like Seattle, right? Think about like the state of Seattle in the United States. Seattle always rains, it's dark, it's gloomy. A lot of depressed people in Seattle. A lot of homelessness in Seattle. A lot of people that are just like mentally challenged in Seattle, mentally distraught in Seattle. The weather has a lot to do with it. In the UK, the weather's usually not that great with the sun, right? It's usually cloudy. People have to go to tanning beds to get sun, proper vitamin D. But it's very important. Try to get at least 20 minutes of sunlight every morning upon waking up to get in the circadian rhythm, to program your body that you are awake now, to fuel your body with the sun, to ground yourself with the earth. Very important. Working out 3 times to 4 times a week. Very, very important. These are inputs that will help you have more energy, right? Don't make excuses. Take extreme ownership, right? Work on your body. Your body is your temple, the only temple you have. So you might as well look your best. You might as well build the most muscle you can. You might as well run the most you can. You might as well be the most, active you can. So work out 3 to 4 times a week. This will help you give you more energy, have more energy, be less fatigued, less mental clarity. Get 10,000 steps per day. Try to get 10,000 steps per day. And try to drink a gallon of water every single day. I have my hydro flask right here. I fill this up about 3 or 4 times a day. Constantly filling myself with water. That's why I look so young. Water, so important. Working out, so important. Walking, so important. Take control of your health. Health is wealth, guys. Health is wealth. Eat organic foods, grass-fed meats, and wild-caught fish. Eat organic foods, grass-fed meats, and wild-caught fish. What you fuel your body with is either programming you for health or programming you for sickness. So make sure you're fueling your body like a professional, right? Like a racehorse. Imagine you're $1 million racehorse. $1 million racehorses eat the top of the line food. So why would you feed yourself with junk, with garbage, with processed foods? Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, sugary snacks, candies. Nah, man, that's programming your body for sickness. Fuel your body with whole, organic, grass-fed, wild-caught fish and foods and meats. And one thing to help you with this is a Viome test. My wife and I took this. I gave this to my family as well, and my team, and I had them take a Viome test. And so what happens is you can actually learn what foods are either fueling your body for health or fueling your body for sickness. So after you take a test, the gut test, you can see what foods you should avoid. So I know, and I used to eat an apple a day. Until I took this test, I would eat an apple a day. And an apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? So I thought, until I realized that my gut and my specific blood in my body doesn't respond well to apples, bell peppers, bean sprouts, strawberries, tomatoes, wild tuna, and then mushrooms. And it's funny, now that I eat these foods, if I do eat these foods, which I don't, but if I do eat these foods on accident, my stomach will get upset. I'll have gas, diarrhea. My stomach will be bloated. I'll have mental fatigue, brain fog. And it's because of these foods. And I didn't learn this until I took this test. Very, very important. You can help optimize your body here. And also, it gives you your superfoods, which foods actually fuel your body for success, which fuel your body for health, and allow you to have better energy, more mental clarity. And so now my wife and I, we go grocery shopping and we buy all of our superfoods. We don't buy any of the avoid foods. And when we go out to eat, we ask for these ingredients not to be on the foods, right? So we know how to program our body for health and for success and for longevity. And it's funny too, because before taking this test, for example, black beans, I'm Hispanic, right? I'm a brown dude. And growing up, I loved eating beans. Well, chances are I loved eating beans because my body loved being fueled with beans. It's from my DNA, right? Dark meat chicken. I loved dark meat chicken growing up. I would hate eating white meat chicken. Not racist here, just the reality. And I'm brown, all right, I can say it. And I loved dark meat chicken, and I wouldn't like eating white meat. And it turns out dark meat, is one of my superfoods. Who would have guessed, right? Eggs, olive oil, papaya, grapes, cherries. I loved all these foods, and and my body would crave them. Now I know why. This is so important, guys. Invest in your health. Invest in yourself. Take a Viome test. Learn what foods are making you upset, bloated, fatigued, brain fog, and learn what foods are fueling you. Take a Viome test and focus on what you're putting into your body. Sleep 8 hours every night. Okay, get an Oura ring. All my team has an Oura ring. All my family has an Oura ring. My wife has an Oura ring. All my friends have Oura rings. I'm constantly pushing Oura rings on everybody I know, because an Oura ring allows you to track your sleep and recovery. Oura ring allows you to track your sleep and recovery. I won't pull it up, but basically it shows you what your recovery is for the night, what your sleep score is. Actually, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Oura Cloud. Oura. There we go. Cloud. Oura. There we go. See if it works. There it is. So it tracks my sleep. I have a readiness score of 91. I slept a total of 8 hours last night. I had a total of 2 hours and 26 minutes of deep sleep. So I'm feeling good today. This will help you optimize your sleep. It'll show you if you eat too late, closer to bed, your sleep score will be off. If you drink alcohol, your sleep score will suck, right? And it makes it gamified, so you want to actually get a better sleep score. You're taking control of your health, right? Sleep's very important. You can't perform well unless you're properly recovered, properly rested. So track your sleep, get an Oura ring. And then have a routine. What's your AM routine? What time will you wake up? When will you work out? When do you start working? Right? What's your routine? Develop a routine in the morning that you do every single day no matter what. And then develop a PM routine, a nightly routine. What time will you stop working? When do you eat? When do you sleep? So I have all that on my calendar here. And I'll go into this on the War Map. But you can see here, I have a time when I wake up, 4 o'clock. And I have my habits right here. I wake up, I do my oil pool, I do my morning formula, I do deep work right here. And then I work out at 7 o'clock. I have breakfast, I have a sales kickoff meeting, weekly kickoff with the team, daily huddle on the other days. I have everything planned out right here. When am I waking up? When am I stopping work? Right there. So have a routine. And so here are some tools and trackers that you can use to help you optimize your life. So upgrade your identity, laser-like focus, develop habits and routines, and here's some more tools and trackers. Take control of your finances and track your spending daily. Okay, I cannot tell you how many people start making money just like myself, but they don't know how much money they're making, how much money they're spending, and how much money they're keeping. It's not about how much you make. It's about how much you keep. There's a lot of people out there that make a lot of money but don't keep a lot of money. They're broke because they're just cash rich. They get a lot of money, they spend a lot of money. They get a lot of money, they spend a lot of money. They're always constantly operating from zero. Not you, not an admin. An admin's professional. An admin invests in his future. He puts money aside. He tracks his finances. He tracks his spending. He knows exactly how much it costs him to live, his base expenses. He also knows exactly how much he's investing every single month. That's an admin. So use Mint.com. I'm able to just track my finances, and it shows me where my scorecard is. You have to have a scorecard, right? How much are you at, right? What's your net worth, right? What are your accounts at? All right, what's your budget, right? How much are you making? What's your gas? What's your auto payment? What's your insurance? Like, list it all out. Get it all here. Have a tracker. What's the trend? Are you making more money month over month? Are you losing money month over month, right? What's the trend? So use Mint.com. Start tracking your finances daily. Track your spending daily. I might make another separate video on this. Maybe more like a finance one. But start using Mint.com. Track how much you spend every single day. Look at it every single day. What's your score? Are you negative? Are you in red? Are you in debt? Set a goal, right? Get track of your finances. It starts with your finances. It's like the book, The Richest Man in Babylon. Really good book, Richest Man in Babylon. And it talks about gold coins. The man who pays attention to the gold coins in his purse is the man who will be rewarded with more gold coins. Read this book if you want to get more insights on that. And then plan your weeks, months, and days. Plan your months, weeks, and days, okay? Use the War Map Planner. So the War Map Planner is actually something that I got from Sam Ovens. Shout out to Sam. One of the best organizers for my life with business and with my personal life in general. You can see here it has all the months right here for the year, laid out very nicely and neatly. You can also have color-coded blocks here that you can use for specific events. So for example, let me just pull up my War Map. So my War Map looks like this. So you can see all the months are already grayed out. So every single time, for example, like today's the 30th, I'll go here, I'll gray it out, I'll strike it out, boom, now I'm on the 30th. You can see I have events that are coming up, specific things that I want to plan on my calendar at a year view, when things are happening. My dad's birthday, my birthday, which already passed, which is why it's not there anymore. My mom's birthday in December, 8-figure boardroom, the next mastermind is coming up, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Quantum, that's Christmas. So it allows you to plan everything. And then if I go to, for example, October, that's what it looks like. It allows you to plan everything on a daily basis. So this is today, right? So I'm filming all my videos today for the Admin Mastermind. And I have my main objectives on here on the bottom to show what my main objectives are for the month. And so in November, right, I'll come in here and I have, okay, the Admin Mastermind week 1 starts. We invite the beta group. We start creating content for week 2. And every single day, I'll plan my day the day before. So I'll plan the next day. So what I'll do is I'll use the War Map. So for example, on Tuesday, once I'm done with work on Tuesday, I'll plan Wednesday. And I'll list out the top 1, 2, 3 things, 4 things, 5 things, priorities that I'm going to be doing that day. This allows me to organize my life. You have to be organized, okay? You're a professional now. Plan your months, plan your weeks, plan your days. Use the War Map Planner and use the Google Calendar. So what I'll do is I use the Google Calendar. So for example, all this was planned out on my calendar. So now when I wake up, I know exactly what I'm doing from sun up to sundown. There's no guessing here. There's no guessing. It's all right there. War Map and Google Calendar. Also, because you're going to be working out, right? Getting 10,000 steps a day, drinking a gallon of water, achieving your goal body. Track your weight first thing every morning. Download the app Happy Scale. Again, this is all about tracking here, right? Which is what most of us aren't good at, especially initially, because we're doing everything and everything's all over the place, right? Use the app Happy Scale. I weigh myself first thing every single morning after using the restroom. I keep track of how am I on weight? Am I gaining weight? Am I losing weight? Right now I'm bulking. I have a goal to build more muscle. I want to achieve a certain weight. So I have to weigh myself every single day. After using the restroom, when I wake up, I then immediately step on the scale and then I track my weight. Free app, Happy Scale. So this allows you to effortlessly hit your goals. And I also track my calories. I learned this from Brandon Carter. Brandon Carter, I went out to go eat with him at one time, a couple times actually, and he brings a weight scale with him to dinner. Everything. He brings a weight scale with him everywhere because he's always constantly tracking his calories. And he's also shredded too, by the way, so like you can't deny him. Brandon Carter. Like you can't deny Brandon. He's freaking shredded. He's and like deservedly so. Like look at him. He's bringing a weight scale with him to everywhere he goes. Right? Bringing a weight scale with him everywhere he goes. Because he wants to look his best. To look his best, he has to be tracking. So he's tracking his calories. So download the app MyFitnessPal. Start tracking your calories, what you're eating. Are you gaining weight? Are you losing weight? Are you eating enough to build muscle? Are you eating enough to lose weight and trim fat, right? Get dialed in here. Get dialed in here. Again, for things to change, you got to change. If you're not tracking your weight, if you're not tracking your workouts, if you're not tracking your life, if you're not planning your life, all this is going to show up in your business. A lot of people don't have business problems. They have personal problems that show up in their business. So this should be a wake-up call for a lot of you. Last but not least, wear blue light blocking glasses at night for deeper sleep. To help you get 8 hours of sleep every single night, one tool that I use is the Glasses RA Optics. I don't have them with me right now, but they look pretty much just like this. They're the red ones, and they help me get deeper sleep. You can also use F-Lux on your computer. So for example, right here, let me just put it in, F-Lux. I press enter, and then it automatically starts shifting the color of my screen to block the blue light. So if you're working from a monitor, this is very, very helpful, especially on the new MacBook Pro. This coordinates with the time zone that you're in, where you're at in the world. So when the sun rises, it turns less orange, right? When the sun's starting to go down and starting to become nighttime, it starts turning more orange, which reduces the blue light of the screen, so that way your eyes aren't as, itchy or sore or like fatigued, because you're working at your computer all day long, right? So you want to make sure you're taking care of your eyes. This is a free app you can download right now onto your computer. Let me take it off. Now, we went over upgrading your identity, who you have to become, how to identify the goal you want, and how to develop laser-like focus by getting clear on that goal and becoming the person you've always wanted to become, the vision. I've given you habits and routines to start helping you immediately to produce the actions that are going to lead to the results. I've given you tools and trackers to take back control of your life, organize everything, make sure you're acting like a professional, you're tracking everything in your life. And now the journey that lies ahead. A quote from David Ogilvy: I think it takes about 25 years to build a good, successful, stable agency. You can't do it overnight. David Ogilvy, one of the best, most famous copywriters and agency owners of all time, still an agency to this day, David Ogilvy said, I think it takes about 25 years to build a good, successful, stable agency. You can't do it overnight. If you want to watch the whole conversation about him, you can watch this video. I watched this when I first started my agency, and it really inspired me because it gave me the pre-frame that says, if David Ogilvy says it takes 25 years to build a good, successful, stable agency, then why am I going to try to shortcut that? Right? I'm here for a good time and a long time. We're here for a good time and a long time. Remember that. You are here for a good time and a long time. Ingrain that into your head. You're here for 25 years. The sooner you can say that confidently, be at peace with that, the easier it is to go through the day-to-day and not get too strung up on what happens. If you lose a client, if you things happen on a daily basis, you lose a team member, whatever the case may be, the lows, the highs, everything that comes with building a business. It's easy to zoom out and say, I'm here for 25 years, man. So I'm going to enjoy the process, smile, and have fun along the way. I'm here for a good time and a long time. That's the mindset you want to have. The journey. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon, okay? Nothing great was built overnight. Nothing great was built overnight. So you can check this thread out. I saw this from Anthony Pomp. He's a really big guy in the crypto space. But this thread on Twitter just talks about how everything built that was great wasn't built overnight. It reportedly took 100,000 men more than 20 years to construct the Great Pyramid at Giza. It requires decades of focus and intense hard work to build anything that lasts for long periods of time. It requires decades of focus and intense hard work to build anything that lasts for a long period of time. It took more than 2,300 years to build the Great Wall of China. It took 22 years to build the Taj Mahal. It is estimated that it took 7 to 8 years to build the Colosseum in Rome. It took approximately 30 years to build Angkor Wat in Cambodia. It took about 14 years to build the Sydney Opera House, and it keeps going on and on and on. Nothing great was built overnight. We need builders, okay? So, sure, us at adspan.com, we got here in 2.5 years, right? Less than 2 years to 7 figures. But we're just getting started. So have the right expectations. This is a journey, not a sprint, okay? Smooth is slow and slow is fast. I saw this last night before filming this. Taylor Welch, Traffic and Funnels. They did well over $50 million a year. Better to grow slow plus stay in love with it than go too fast and disdain it. Better to grow slow and stay in love with it than go too fast and disdain it. Less obsession on making things grow fast. More obsession on making things really good, and then they grow because they have to. Huge. Less obsession on making things grow fast. More obsession on making things really good, and then they grow because they have to. Again, just like in the image, I can tell you from firsthand experience, we grew really fast to 7 figures. Again, we did it in less than 2 years as an agency. We got 20 clients. I had a bunch of team. I had an in-house office in Phoenix, Arizona. Lots of overhead. I felt like I was the shit. Agency owner, right? Business owner. We grow really fast. And as a result, I started getting out of fulfillment, right? My team was handling everything. I didn't know where the clients were. I wasn't talking to the clients every single day. I felt out of love with the business model because I wasn't working with the clients anymore. I was focused on other things. And as a result, we then had to change things and we became a growth partner. Now we're having more fun. So Better to grow slow plus stay in love with it than to grow fast and disdain it. Less obsession on making things grow fast, more obsession on making things really good, and then they grow because they have to. And last but not least, you need more money. You and I need more money. If you think you're doing good right now, you're not. I can promise you that. You need more money. Read the book, You Need More Money by Matt Monero. This will change your whole perspective on how much money you think you actually need, especially today with inflation through the roof, right? With the economy a little bit up in the air. You need to have fuck you money. Money that's indestructible. More money than you think you do. Because you need a bigger why of why you need that money. Stop being selfish, okay? The most successful people are not selfish. They're trying to think of bigger goals to help a lot of people, which means they need a lot of money. They need a lot of capital to achieve those things. You need more money, a lot more money than you think. So read this book on Audible right here. Listen to this book. It'll change your whole perspective on how much money you think you need. Wake up and solve your financial problems once and for all. This gives you a blueprint to start stacking and racking cash. You need more money. You got to start stacking and racking cash. Read this book. And finally, if you think you're doing good or you're too comfortable and you've lost your edge, why do I need to make more money? Watch this video by Jeremy Haynes. It's called Get Richer. There's no way you don't watch that video and you don't feel one of two ways. Number one, you either feel like you start shriveling up, shelling up, and all your money limiting beliefs start coming to the surface. Money's not important. Rich people are bad, or money's not everything, right? Poor people talk like that. Poor people talk like that. Poor people who've given up on being helpful to other people, okay? You either quit on money or you decide to get more money so you can help more people. Rich people help the most people. They create jobs, they create income, they create value. So you got to stop being selfish. Realize that you need to get richer because money can help you and give you freedom. Money controls your choices, whether you think about it or not, and you'll learn from this video. Money controls everything that you do. The outfits you wear, the restaurants you eat at, the gifts you buy for your family, for your friends, for your wife, for your kids. Money controls everything. You make decisions based off money. Are you going to fly in coach in the back of the plane, right? Or are you going to be business class, right? And you can justify it. I'm not really, worried about it too much. But the reality is money controls your decisions. So the sooner you embrace that you need more money, the sooner you love to operate from a place of that you need more money to help other people make more money, the faster you go. The faster you go. That's the mindset training. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video.